Hey,
Hey, glad you could join us, man. How are you?
great, great. Thank you.
How's everything going in your world?
Good. This is my first European American interview so far for the promo.
So hopefully we make it your best. Let's just, go ahead and get right into it. I mean, you got a lot of success going right now. I saw you just recently celebrated the number one in the UK for I'm Good.
Yes, yes. Um, yeah, actually, this record has been such a blessing. It's been, I think it was also in America. It was also number one of top 40 radio and dance radio. So yeah, it's
No,
been.
we were definitely banging it. We were definitely banging it over here, and we're playing "Baby Don't Hurt Me" right now too with Coyle Ray and Anne Marie, and yeah, I saw you had her. Would you at Ultra?
Yes, yes, that was fun. I brought Carla Ray at Ultra because we were in Miami working on her album. It's really funny the way this happened because I was preparing my set for Ultra and I wanted to remix players just for myself. And my friend told me, "Oh, actually, I'm here with her. Why don't you play it to her?" I came to the studio, played it to her. She got so excited that they invited me to stay and work on the album, and the album is unbelievable. And so I did that as a producer, and then I was like, oh, why don't you jump on my record? You're such a good vibe. Honestly, it was like one of the best sessions of my life. It was so much fun, and this is how it happened.
No, that's super organic, man. That is super dope. I saw her. I saw her on stage. And the video for the song is cool too. It's like it's like a crazy party, right? Like that video, and then the boxing ring. And we were watching the video earlier, so it was pretty cool video. You've been working with a lot of people too, though. Kim Petras.
Yes. Oh, you know? How do you know?
Look, we do. So I DJ too. We do a lot. We do a lot of research. I mean, you're like the legend. They call you the grandfather of EDM. We use a lot of your edits. we use a lot of your. So how was it working with Kim?
Amazing. She's a beast.
She
I'm
called. She called you. She called you a cool person and a partier. Is what she said.
well, really, like I was impressed, and it's interesting because I'm in Los Angeles right now, and I've been doing like 6 weeks of songwriting every day, and the way I usually work is that I make songs, and then I'm like, okay, who would be the best artist to carry it, and it's like the situation right now is a little bit different from 10 years ago, when you had like Rihanna and this type of artists that were so badass. And I feel like she is the artist that can really sing, but also carry songs that are a little bit badass, because she has that in
That
her.
vibe, yeah.
So yeah, it's been really amazing, and she's so easy to work with too. It was really a good time. Like actually, the week coming, I have one more session with her.
Yeah, she said you did a lot of work on the album, right? For her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've been working. Yeah,
All right, so let me ask you this then. So you're doing Encore in Vegas, right?
yeah.
And you've been teasing the song with her. I haven't heard it, but I heard you've been teasing it out there in Vegas. Like, when are we gonna get it? When is it? When it comes out?
Are you talking about which song you talking about?
I guess you got new stuff with Kim. I know you did like an
Oh yeah,
unholy.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
you did
did.
new.
I did. I played. I played it, and I sent the video because I wanted her to see it. But no, I don't want to say which one it is. I want to keep it.
Can't give me the name, nothing.
No, 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 no. I want to keep it a surprise. And now I'm focusing on Baby Don't Hurt Me. The record is growing every day. It's doing really well. So I wanna take this one to the top. First.
So how do you go about like picking those samples, like of those like all those dance hits that you're just gonna like flip them and turn them? Like, how do you pick those?
Well, the thing is funny enough, like I've done, it's almost 25 years that I'm making records now, and I almost never sampled. And this is a little bit different from most of my colleagues. And when we did I'm Good, it was like a revelation, you know, like, and I did this, I played it in my set. At first, I was not even gonna release the record, and someone sampled it from my DJ set and put it on TikTok.
And then
That record I made 4 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. The story is crazy. And you know, when I saw that this record might become the biggest record of my entire career, it might become more than Titanium. That sounds so crazy to me, you know. I was like, okay, that's actually just, you know, it's just, it feels like DJing and producing at the same time. You know, it's like, okay, I know what are the acapellas that really work when I do edits and play them as a DJ, you know.
No, for sure.
The biggest of all was What Is Love.
What is, yeah, that that was crazy.
And so when I wanted to come with a follow-up to I'm Good, I'm like, okay, this is this one. It's undeniable. But then I needed to, let's say, add enough to the record so that it's special. And last summer I was in Ibiza, and Ed Sheeran jumped on stage with me when I was performing, and he was going absolutely nuts on I'm Good. It was so funny. I couldn't believe it. People were shocked. And then we spoke, and we decided to try to work together. We wrote a couple of records together, including the verse of I'm Good, of Baby Don't Hurt Me. So what Anne-Marie is singing was written by Ed Sheeran.
By Ed Sheeran, that's crazy.
Yeah, and we were like, because we are all friends, Anne-Marie, Ed Sheeran, and myself, I'm like, okay, are you cool with me having Anne-Marie? And he was like, great, I love her. So, and then later, the story I explained you about, it's that all of it is by accident. That's what's crazy, because you see a record like that, looks like a master plan organized by some
it's not at
label
all
executive, and it's really not.
Super organic. No, that's so good. I want to go back to you brought up, like, how you brought up Titanium, right? And now you're talking about Baby Don't Hurt Me. Like, you've been consistent for so long. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It surprises me myself, you know, like, you know, I'm always telling my friends, because my friends, I have kids, my girlfriend, everyone is always complaining I'm never home, you know. So I'm like, but don't worry, you know, like, in 3-5 years, this is going to be over. Like, I can't keep on like that. It's impossible, you know, like, no art. And then I keep having hits. And they're like, are you kidding me? Like, what? This is never going to stop, you know? And so I'm telling you, I'm very grateful, and I'm surprised myself that they keep coming, you know, but I love being a DJ. I love being in the studio. So, you know, this is what I do. And it's a little crazy that, like, you know, like, for example, I would make, like, I just did like 6 weeks of writing songs every day. So a little more like, you know, the way we write songs, like playing chords and writing. And then I want to have a little fun and do something else as a hobby. And then I would do underground music. You know, it's like, you would think like, oh, okay, the guy is going to go on a hike in a mountain or something like that, or watch a movie. I just do another type of music, you know?
No, that's dope, man. So you would say you're living the dream, man, right?
Yeah, I'm just blessed that I can do something I love and make a living out of it, you know? So of course, I make a very good living, but even if it was less, I would still feel blessed, you know, just to be able to do something I love. Yeah.
All right. So we got like a really big DJ community in Cincinnati. So I threw some questions from them. Can I ask you? They made a whole list of some questions that they got for you. So the first one on the list is who paid to get your dock fixed? Was it Tiesto? Was it Martin? Who got your dock fixed?
Oh, actually. Actually, it was the Dave Grutman. Dave Grutman, that is like the king of Miami. He has all the clubs, and it was his boat. So So we decided to pay 50-50 each, and but that day was funny. Yeah, when they, I mean, their boat almost came into my house. It's
Really?
very, very close, very close.
Who was driving?
Um, I think it was Dave, and that's why, and Chesto and Martin Garrix were on. But the funny thing is that I didn't even get mad or anything. I just jumped on the
Yeah,
boat
you
and
did. It's
we
like, all right,
kept
let's go. We'll
we
worry
kept the
about it
party
later.
going. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So can we flash back to your earlier days, right? So one of our producers out here, he said your dad's like a sociologist or so, and he wanted to know like how did your parents feel about your career choice early, like in your early days when you made the choice to
Oh,
be a DJ?
they felt terrible. They felt terrible because my parents, they were more like, like teachers and more intellectuals. And me going to clubs every night, it was really not something that they liked. Um, Interestingly enough, though, they liked that I was making music. They didn't like me DJing, but they liked me making music. And the minute I started to be successful as an artist, they were happier. They just didn't like that I was like being a DJ, a club promoter, like going to bed every day at 8 in the morning.
So
And
they like the artist you, not the they liked you as an artist as more than a
yeah,
DJ.
yeah. But I think they didn't have the vision, which is completely normal, because we're not from the same generation, that DJs would become artists, you know? So they were scared. I understand.
Oh yeah, they call you. Well, you pioneer. They call you the grandfather of EDM. You were kind of like you're starting something, right? So another question they wanted to know was like, how do you feel about like the culture from where you started and how it's going now, and what do you think about like the producers and like these TikTok producers, things like that? Like, what do you like about it? What do you think needs to change?
No, I think I love everything, like there's something amazing, I think, right now. It's that people choose, and the more it's going forward, the more it's about the people. So I like that because anyone can make a record and become a superstar if the record connects
To the
and
people.
without even being signed. And I think this is incredible.
No, that's dope. Also they want to know, did you DJ like raves like early night late 90s and 2000s? Were you underground rave? Did you participate
Yeah,
in that culture? For
I,
sure.
yeah, of course. I started playing house music in '88. So I was really, really at the beginning of it.
Vinyl.
Vinyl, of course, and then in early '90s, I started to organize raves myself, actually,
Oh
but
wow.
illegal raves, not like So we would it was completely insane. We would, for example, we would find a tunnel in construction, and we would like give a phone number on the day of the party. We would give a meeting point, and then we would organize everything without light, and then I would bring everyone from the meeting point to the tunnel in construction, turn on the light, turn on the music, and start the party. And I remember, like, people would pay like something like $10, and the cashier was a trash bag, you know, and the bar was like a truck open in the back, and but like, I mean, but this was very crazy because one day someone fainted, and I got scared because I was like, what if someone dies, you know? in terms of responsibilities, it was really crazy because this was absolutely illegal. And what would happen is the cops would come, but then it would be so full that they would be scared to evacuate because it would become too dangerous.
Listen,
So we're playing on those lines, but I was in my early 20s. I didn't care, So,
young days.
but at some point I was like, okay, this can turn really, really dramatically, and I stopped doing this. And but yes, not only I was a DJ in raves, but I was also organizing them.
No, all in the scene. That is dope. I know they're gonna love to hear this. But let's get to like, what do you got going on next? Like, what's your plans for the summer? I know you're gonna be in Vegas for a little bit too, and what else you got going on?
So I'm in Vegas every Saturday until June, and then I'm going to Ibiza, where I live during the summer, and I do festivals. I play Ibiza 2 shows a week. I play a pool party on Monday, and in a club called Ushuaia, and I do a nightclub called High. And the rest of the days, all the weekends, I'm doing like massive festivals in Europe. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite festivals you do?
In America, I guess it would be Ultra and EDC.
EDC, yeah.
And in Europe, there are actually many festivals now. So it would be like a long list. But it's actually crazy to see how many there is now. Because when we started, this was kind of a small world, and became huge.
Crazy. Yeah, it's huge. It is huge. You cannot deny the culture. I saw you got stuck on the elevator at Ultra though. How like what are some do you have any crazy stories? Like
no, but come on, the day of Ultra, already I'm nervous when I do Ultra. And I was with Afrojack, funny enough, and 11 other people on the elevator. And I was really leaving to Ultra, so I was late, and we got stuck there something like 20 minutes. And there was this older lady that really started to freak out, like, to panic. It's like there was tension. And there was this big guy that he kept pushing all the buttons. And I was like, can you stop? Yeah. You can feel with the
tension.
stress.
Yeah, no, that's
like oxygen starting to miss, and then the 5 people came and
got you guys. Now that's got to be crazy. It's like, all right, how long are we gonna get stuck? And then he's like, all right.
Especially when I know I have the show.
Yeah.
So it's not like, okay, I'm gonna miss. I won't be able to go to the gym. It's like, okay, there's 100,000 people waiting for me.
Did you end up making it on time? Did
Yeah.
It all worked out. No, thank you. I know I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I appreciate you joining. Can you give me any a closing piece of advice that you would give your younger self?
Ooh, I guess the only regret I have is that when I started, I just wanted to scratch and do remixes and stuff like that, and drums and all of this. And I wish I've learned the piano, because I can play now, but it's hard to get to a level where I could have been if I started as a kid. And sometimes, I have even in my family, I have my nephew is a producer, and I keep telling him, but of course, when you're producing dance music or hip hop, it's kind of boring, you're like, I know, I just want to, some fat bass line, but at the end of the day, it's music, and when you really understand music theory, there's so much more that you can do. You can do anything, and I'm now, since a few years, I'm getting better at it. But at the beginning, it was a little bit of a almost like a handicap. Like I would reach a limit, and it was frustrating. So yeah, this is the only regret that I have.
Learn the piano.
Yeah, I could be. I hope it can be useful for some
No,
younger people.
I think that's really good advice. I think that's really good advice, especially coming from somebody like you. But I definitely appreciate you joining, man. The legend, man. This is big. I appreciate it. And yeah, we're gonna be playing the heck out of "Baby Don't Hurt Me" all over Q.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.